Welcome, everyone, to the Subject 4 podcast. My name is Artemis. I am your host, and today I am on stage with our sister Discord, the Discord that started this podcast, started it all. We are joined with the community Discord moderators. We have Nugs. As you guys know him, we already know him, so he's boring old news. But we also have Eeyore up here. Hi, Eeyore.
Hi.
And we also have Matilda. Hello, Matilda.
Hello.
How is everyone?
Good. I've had a busy day. I really, really have.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Our views are going crazy, but we have a fantastic episode to go through. So
We do.
Do we ever?
yes. And if you are joining us on YouTube, our Discord link, if you want to join the mass hysteria, that is the Subject 4 podcast. The link is in the description of the video, or our mods will be posting it into the chat. So if you are part of this chaos, yes. Also, we do have a poll going on about this episode. There's a lot of questions that are going on. I might be posting more polls in the chat over on YouTube. So if you're on the Discord and you didn't know, there is a live poll going on in the YouTube. So if you want to jump over there and then mute the video and then continue to listen to us on stage, you can do that. That's what all of our moderators do. That's what I do also, so I don't have to hear my dang voice. But yeah, if you want to go over there, I will be posting over some polls that we have. But yes, well, guys, we've had a rough 24 hours, haven't we? This video was crazy. What did you guys all think about it?
Yeah.
I found it so throughout the episode, my parents were figuring out, because we're in the process of selling our house, right? So while they were doing all this, important stuff with all, paperwork and whatnot, my sister and I were over here screaming about the video, and they were like, "Guys, we're trying to do this," and we're like.
Airport, thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, thanks, Airport.
Thank you, Airport.
I still am. But what did you guys think about the episode? I don't want to take over. This
Matilda
is
and Eeyore, what did you guys think?
I became a mod like a couple of weeks ago. I don't even count. I wasn't even planning to be here until Artie was like, "You need to be here." So I was like, "Okay."
Well, yeah, because you are a moderator.
Yeah, but
you got to represent the community.
Yeah, and so Matilda, how long have you been a moderator over on the community server?
I've been a moderator since about I want to say July or August.
Yeah, you're coming up on a year. Yeah,
I feel like it's been that.
Because when we did the show with Matthias, you were our kind of MVP of that episode. Behind the scenes to that episode, if you guys didn't know, Matilda was like directing everything, helps me get Matthias on stage because he couldn't find it. He's not very good with Discord. And if he is listening right now, he's probably shaking his head. He's like, "Artie, I'm not that bad with Discord."
He's still not very good. Just kidding.
He had the highest role in the Discord, and yet didn't have permission to view the channel.
Yeah, that's true, huh? So yeah,
there was a lot of issues back then.
That was just so weird.
Yes,
there was a lot of permission issues back then. I remember I wasn't a mod, but I was always talking with somebody. Probably it was Matilda, and I always heard about there was a lot of permission issues back then. There was a whole things happening.
Well, if you guys are listening out there and you're wondering what the heck we're talking about, especially if you're coming from the official Discord, there are a bunch of fan Discords.
There
are so many. And it's one of the ways that you can. It kind of gets overwhelming to be a fan of 863 because it's like you almost get like lost in this like sea of usernames. So, but like if you want to, there's a community for everyone. If you're more science based, we have the Science Babes. They have their own Discord. We have all these links are available to you on the Subject 4 podcast. We are not shy of redirecting our audience so you guys can spread out and find your friends, basically your community. Because the Subject 4 podcast, we're also getting large. And so we used to be this like small little community, but the growth that we've been seeing in this past like just season has been astounding. So so if you're more science oriented, we've got the Science Babes. If you're more into the art, we have the Spellbound Art Council. We also have 863 Systems over on Twitch. We also have We Are Subject 4 over on Twitch by Jordan and Angel. We have the community server, and the community server is not just 863, but everything Spellbound, including Team Edge. So if you're looking for a community that's offering like all of it, not just 863 oriented, community servers are a great one to go to. So, I mean, all these links will, you can find them. We have roles. We also have people over on TikTok. We have Ellie, who is killing it on TikTok. We also have Squatter, who has been posting amazing speed art TikToks over there. He's got this comic book idea that he wants to build of 863, and so he's doing speed art over there. He's also a huge fan of the podcast and huge fan of Subject 4 in general, because, well, he is part of Subject 4.
He built our website.
Yeah, he built our website absolutely free, gave us his lovely, artistic posters absolutely free. Though I do force down, commissions on that. And if you guys are confused about our merch in our store, you can go to s4podcast.com, and there you can see the latest episode of Subject 4 along with our Discord and with our merch. We've got Artemis, that's me. Apparently I lick TVs, and we put that on a shirt, a notebook, a pen. we don't have a coffee mug of it.
We got some. I have some designs and stuff that I sent over to Nick, so hopefully we'll get some more up pretty soon.
We have t-shirts, we've got Nick's posters, we've got notebooks, we've got pens and stickers, the Nugget stickers. I know.
My favorite. Even though I haven't actually bought any yet. Like, I haven't.
You haven't? I bought a hoodie. Oh,
nice.
So
nice.
The mug I already owned. That was like one of the first purchases I ever made from Squatter's website was the mug, and I have pens sitting in it on my desk right now. But if you guys want to support your platform, keep supporting this podcast, head over to s4podcast.com, take a look at our merch, see what we have to offer. We are going to have some limited edition 1 year memorabilia. I don't even know what we're going to do because we opened it to the community. If you have an idea for our 1 year art, submit it in our Discord, and we're all gonna vote on that pretty soon. That's going to be shutting down at the end of this month, and that way we can have that out for you. But thank you for considering that, and head over there, take a look-see. Let us know in our suggestions in Discord if there's anything else that you would like to see on that website. Also, I want to do a shout out to our YouTube memberships. Our YouTube memberships are open. If you are a tier 2 and up member on YouTube, you do get our Minecraft our Minecraft server. I play on there. All the mods play on there. I've been trying to get Matthias to play on there, but he's a very busy man. So maybe he might pop in, maybe if we're going to do a PvP thing, and he'll kick all our butts.
I will say Hannah and I, when we got the new server up, because when Shades left, he closed down that server. When we got that new server up, Hannah and I spent hours on the new PvP arena, and it is awesome. I mean, it is crazy. Like in comparison to the other one that we used to have, it's way better. There's a giant tree, there's roots, twisting in and out of it. It's really, really cool.
I haven't even seen on it because unfortunately I haven't been on it in a while, but I
Neither
am
have
planning.
but
I am
I will
planning.
put-
You haven't been on it either,
I haven't.
Matilda? You haven't either?
Not
Okay.
much. I haven't been on it very much.
Yeah, I need to go on there or do some stuff this week, and I was building Rivendell. For some reason, I have like the hot.
Rivendell.
Shut up.
You keep saying it wrong.
I
I'm
know
sorry.
I do. And you know why I say it wrong is because I second guess myself every single time. And every single time I second guess myself, I choose the wrong one. It's
Here.
That's usually what happens.
It's Squatter's fault. He made me self-conscious
It's
about that.
Squatters.
It's-
Oh, okay.
he's
Blame
not-
it on Nick.
What are best friends for?
Right?
But yeah, so I want to welcome everyone. Consider becoming a member, supporting the podcast. This also, if you boost our server on Discord, like let's say you have Nitro and you have a free boost with it, that also counts as YouTube membership, basically. So if you boost the server, you do automatically get the Minecraft server. So and you can go see all the craziness that's going to happen. But I really do hope that we can get Matthias on there and we can do some PvP stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Is there, okay, I have been on a Gary's mod. So Matilda, you might be able to help me with this. I've been on a Gary's mod. I've never played Gary's mod, but I've been like absorbing all these other creators playing it. Is there a way that we can do Gary's mod, but Minecraft style?
I have no idea.
I
It's-
imagine
There's gotta be.
we are talking about Minecraft, so there's a lot of things you can do with that.
Or we can just play
Yeah.
hide and go seek.
Hide and go seek is a really fun game to play on Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
we've
gosh,
done
prop
it
hunt.
before.
Or
It was.
Yes.
I don't want to keep taking up time before we talk about this episode because this episode is awesome.
yes.
But a couple weeks ago, Jordan from We Are Subject 4 decided to do a Gary's Mod stream prop hunt. We played prop hunt with who was there? It was me, Jordan, Garrett, and Soroxa was there a little towards the end. It was really chaotic because none of us knew what we were doing. We had no idea how any of the games work. Like some of us had just downloaded the game that day. It was pretty funny.
But yeah, so I think I'm done with the announcements.
Yeah.
But so basically we're going to be talking about the episode that you're all here for. And it's the episode, I think it is okay, I've seen it about 4 times now. It's probably my favorite episode thus far. I'm trying to think. The car chase one was just, but I think the car chase episode in season 1, right?
I think the car chase. I think
yeah,
that was season 2.
No, that was season 1. Season 2 was before we started this platform. Season 2 is when we officially started this platform. So we've been doing this for almost 2 seasons. But season 1's car chase, I think the reason why I like that so much is because of quarantine. They were just stuck in the studio so much, doing like paper trails and going over the Apple II and the server, not the server, but the Apple II, and the car chase was just, but then you had that twist at the end that I really enjoyed. It was a follow the magic briefcase.
Mhm.
So, but I think okay, I'm going to declare it. This is Artie's favorite episode to date.
Mine
So,
too. Mine
Same
too.
here.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. So, so if you're watching this in the future, we are talking about the episode titled "He Trapped Them When They Least Expected It." ... And I'm just going to go through the chapters. Usually we do show beats, but for time's sake, I'm just going to go through the chapters of the video that Chanel, the goddess that she is, has made these chapters, and it makes my life so much easier.
Yes, much respect.
Yes. Putting all the evidence up, the chapters. I don't even do chapters on the podcast because it's so difficult. But we leave off. Well, we basically we didn't start this episode right where the previous episode ended because we were on the side of the road at the cop car, at the empty cop car, and with just like notes and a newspaper and a half-eaten cupcake and the blank journal. And this episode picks up, they're back at Red Base and they're talking about the journal. And the team takes a closer look at the black journal to see if there's anything new inside, and there is, and it's what looks like to be a cipher. And I hate that cipher. I've been staring at that cipher for days now.
I've been looking at it. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And that's what Matt said. Because usually if it's going to be a cipher, if it's going to be a code that's spelling something out, each letter is supposed to correlate to a different letter or to a symbol, like petroglyphs and, so.
Yeah, it was very like, what am I really looking at?
Yeah.
X's,
Cyphus,
ones, and
no
zeros.
ciphering.
Yeah. Cyphus, no siphoning. No, sorry. When Dora the Explorer there. And Cyphus, I do know that you're listening to this podcast and bite me.
Yeah, me too.
Come at me, bro.
Shut us down, you won't. You can't.
Matthias remembers a post that our lovely Syroxa made. And it was so funny too, because I'm in a friend Discord with him. That way we can all tell each other when we're streaming and stuff. And when the episode was premiering, he just wrote, "Hey, look, it's me." I thought that was so funny. He's just like, "It's me. I did a thing, guys." He was streaming last night on Twitch, and yes, check out Syroxa. He's another official moderator, but a very big supporter of the podcast. He was streaming last night, and he was talking about how he was so proud of that achievement of noticing, because it was like on camera for less than like 3 seconds, the entry point to the RSD. And he was like, "That's a SATA drive." So, and he even mentioned it here on the podcast. So if you go back to that, I don't remember what episode that podcast was, but he mentioned that it was a SATA drive here on the podcast as well. So, but, so that brings Matt to go to the server, to look at the hard drives over there. And what do you know? The hard drive is a perfect fit. And so Matthias sends Woods to go get the portable RSD thing. And then they just sit there and they talk about things. And then he sends Bailey to go check on Woods. And they're watching her cross the parking lot. And they notice that Bailey leaves the door open. And she kind of pauses before she enters the office. And this is the intense buildup of the music. I don't know about anyone else here, but did you guys all get knots in your stomach watching Bailey?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was a point in which the tone of, well, I guess the entire episode, Matt's tone of voice wasn't his usual kind of happy-go-lucky YouTuber. I mean, with what's gone on lately, it doesn't surprise me. But I think there was a point in which it really just it just got dark, I guess, especially when Matt said, Bailey, why don't you go over there and help Woods or something like that.
Yeah, like when Woods first walked in there, and then like it took a little bit longer for Woods, and then he's like, "What's taking them so long?"
Mm-hmm.
And when he sends Bailey, and Bailey just like leaves the door open, like I didn't really personally pay much attention to the door area. More so, like I noticed that Matthias was getting anxious, and then like he just was like, "What's taking them so long?" And for me, it just seemed like that's when he kind of just like snapped. It was
Yeah.
like I just felt it was like a paranoia thing or something. Like, let's go check on him.
And
Like that's how I seen it as.
the moment I knew that something was wrong was when Matt decides to send Bailey, and then he starts walking towards that corner to where they can watch Bailey through the window. Matt has his hands behind his back and he's walking.
Mm-hmm.
He never does that.
He does not walk like that.
He does not walk like that. And I was just all like, "Who are you, imposter?"
What are you do? Who are you, and what do you do with my Matt?
My Matt, my friend. Like, what are you doing?
Like I said, I think there was a point in which you could kind of tell the change in control, I suppose.
And if you go back, if you have not watched the episode more than once, go back.
Oh, watch it.
Listen to how he says their names.
Yeah.
It even then their names rolls
Bailey.
off his tongue. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Bailey,
You could really tell that it did not sound like Matt saying it. Like the way that he'll usually say, "All right, let's yeah."
Like he doesn't say Bailey. He says like, "Hey, Bay," or Sam, or
Mm-hmm.
the way he said Bailey. If my name was Bailey, I would have jumped. Because just the way he hit the staccato of the B in her name was just like Bailey.
That
It was
very creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very mechanical sounding. And I'm going to get to I rewatched the episode this morning, and I was trying to pick the exact moment when Matt seemed no longer Matt. So, but we'll get to that in a bit. Haha, cliffhanger for you. Ha! But we'll continue with this. When he sent, so they walk across, and he tells Sam, "Why don't you go in first?" I was just like, "Sam, run." Imagine if she did run.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if she did just like.
I did not like that. I was like, why? What? That's not something Matt would do, I don't think. I don't think Matt himself would be like, "Hey, you go first."
Well, for one thing, like,
you'll be able to expose better with the camera. It's like,
when we were the mannequin episode and they were following the mannequin around, Matt needed a flashlight, and Sam just turned on the light for the camera. I was half expecting that to happen. Like, "Hey, why don't you go in there with the camera light?" That sounds like Matt. "Hey, turn on the camera light and let's go see." And I could see where Sam's like, "Yeah, I'll go in and look." But like this, like, "You'll see better than I can." I was like, punch him in his face and run. Like, oh God, I would have loved that. Anyway. And so you go in there. Sam mentions that there's fabric there. That's why she can't see through it. And B27 is there and says strike 3. Ties up everybody that we know of. The team is tied up, held hostage. And then Phantom X comes walking down the hall, says they guess that it is Nelson. They say that, Nelson, you're dead. And he says he can't die. And when he sits on the stairs, Bailey mentions, like, you didn't get everyone, Matt's still out there. And that's when we have the wonderful reveal. And he goes, I already have him. And he takes off the mask, and it's Matt. And during their discussion, I
hated it. Like, I kind of like, I feel like it was that point where it's like the team was what's the word? Like, surprised about it. But then Subject 4 looked at it, and they kind of were just, I can't even talk. They were like, whoa, I called it. But they still freaked out about it. Like, I still freaked out about that. I was like, whoa, it's Matt.
It would have been funny if Woods just went like, I knew it! Like,
I knew it. That's kind of what it was. Or Subject 4 was like, we knew it. But then,
Subject 4 was screaming that at their televisions or their computers or their phones or their laptops or wherever, that they knew it. But the sick feeling of betrayal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then and the helplessness, because it wasn't the first. Okay, because I do have some psychology background. The first thing that our team felt was betrayal, shock, and then they went into this defeated, because then they realized it wasn't Matt. Like, Matt didn't betray them. This isn't Matt talking. And you can get that sense that he was not talking, because of the way, man, when the Phantom X, okay, I'm just going to call him Mattson from now on, okay? So Matthias is Matthias, Mattson is Nelson and Matthias mixed together, so Mattson. So when Mattson's...
My son.
Mattson...
It's my son.
No, it's not Atticus. But when Mattson is talking, you get this, like, shiver and just, like, this, like, sense of, like, you want to punch him in the face just to make him stop talking like that. Because it's like, no, you don't talk like that. No. Like, there's, like, this, like, icky feeling. That's the only thing I can describe it. I'm more like, ew, I feel icky just listening to him. I'm just like, shut up. But anyway, it's just, I just can't get over it. And props, snaps to Matt. But we realized that basically Matthias is just a shell for Mattson. And he jumps in. One of the creepiest bits is when he jumps between Matt and B27 and goes back and forth.
I loved that scene.
It was
so awesome. I watched it, and that was my favorite. Like, that was probably what made it my favorite episode. I just love that so much. It was so awesome. I was talking to my sister in the car. I was like, that is my favorite scene of the
Why do you
show.
make yourself stupid? That's my favorite. Gives himself a lisp. Sorry.
I'm sorry. But seriously, it was awesome. It was really cool.
And then
great writing, Chanel. Great writing.
and great performance.
Great performance, yes.
Yes. So then Matson tells Benjamin, "Did you get the thing I wanted in the vault?" Benjamin puts his head down and he's like, "Fine, I'll get it myself." So Matson leaves. The team is trying to process everything and talking, and Benjamin's just standing in the hallway. And if you have not watched the episode again, go watch the episode, and when Matson takes off and the team is talking, watch Ben, because it's amazing. If you catch what I caught, watch Ben in that scene. More on that later. But Matson comes back with a portable... Well, actually, he comes back with everything. He comes back with the RSD, throws it down, breaks it, says, "You can't track us." He leaves a SOS video chat, a video up for an SOS chat, basically greeting Subject 4, and threatens the team with Subject 4. And then he threatens the team some more by saying that they need to find this code so he can turn on the Spire. And if he doesn't, it's their friend's life in jeopardy. Then he threatens Bailey and then leaves.
I did not like that at all.
You don't threaten Bailey!
Like that at all.
You don't threaten our Bailey. She is Subject 4. But yeah, so thoughts on that, Matilda and Eeyore. What do you think?
I kind of, just when you said you don't threaten Subject 4, kind of makes you wonder, is he really threatening Bailey? Or is he saying to Subject 4, "I can do more power than you realize"?
Well, basically, this whole thing was a power trip move.
Right.
To show them that they have no
Yeah.
power, which is not true. If you're listening, Sam, Woods, and Bailey, it's not true. You do have power. But I do have a theory on that, and that's more to come later. I'm just shutting down all my theories until the very end. Are you guys in suspense yet? Honestly, if you're around Reddit, or you're around the Science Babes last night during their live stream, you probably already know where I'm gonna go. But the thing is I have many branches of theories, but I don't have any. Sorry if you could hear my doorbell. Apparently someone's at my door. I'm ignoring them. But there's other people in my house. They can get that.
I do have something.
Okay.
Though.
It's
not
go.
It's not necessarily a theory per se, but it's more of an observation. This kind of brought me back to the episode when Phantom X, who at the time we didn't necessarily know it was Matt, though we thought about it, we didn't know for sure, when he showed up at the studio, or supposedly showed up at the studio. How, if Phantom X was Matt, or is Matt, then how did he show up at the studio? How did that conversation take place? And I'd like to hear other
We
people's
do have a poll on that. That's
Yeah,
a good
exactly.
segue
But,
into the poll.
I mean,
Let
my
me
initial
get the
thought,
poll results.
my initial thought was, oh, okay, Ben's out of jail, and Nelson had Ben get in the costume.
I'm gonna give you a couple more seconds to answer that while you're talking, Nugs. Hold on. I'm gonna give you guys a couple more seconds. If you're on Discord, you can hop over to YouTube really quick, answer in the poll. We do have almost 100 votes. So if you want to participate in the poll, it's going to be ending once Nugs is done talking. So go ahead.
Yeah, I think my initial thought was, oh, it's just Ben. Nelson put Ben in a different costume, had him go over to talk to Matt. But then I went back to this was when I was rewatching the episode for the second time. I watched it 3 times. I listened to Matt's voice talking through the the mask, his red and black mask. And then I went back because originally when I watched that episode, I was like, that voice kind of sounds like Ben's voice at the time. But then when I went back after watching the video twice, when I went back to that episode where X went to the studio, the voice sounds like Matt's voice. Like, I think it was just like the distortion that kind of made me think about it, but it's Matt's voice.
So,
Now it just makes me think, how on earth, if it was Matt, how on earth did he sound like, if it was another Phantom, how did he sound like Matt through the mask talking to Matt?
Matilda and Eeyore, who do you think Matt had that showdown with on the staircase when everyone else was locked in the vault? What do you think happened there?
Honestly, not sure.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe another Phantom, because it's clear that there's more control than just Matthias and Ben, because like even Matthias or Mattson said to Bailey, like, right, Bailey?
Yeah, that he has an abundance of hosts.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
can. I think even that can kind of go back to my, I think it was Saturday when I mentioned like the comparison to Voldemort in the first movie Harry Potter, where Voldemort was feeding off of Professor Quirrell. You know, he could definitely move to another host if he needed to, right? You know,
Yeah.
he obviously threatened to do that. He threatened to end Matt, I guess, if they didn't find it out.
So, Eeyore, who do you think the showdown was with?
I want to say it was Matt talking to himself.
Okay, Matt talking to
Because of-
himself, like a
based on the way
Smeagol
he
type
was
of
moving.
moment.
Yeah, based on the way he was moving the camera back and forth.
Yeah.
And the
I
fact
did
that if you
find
look
that
in
odd.
reflection, like if you look in the reflection, you can see the camera screen, but you can't see anyone else
Yeah.
standing in front.
Yeah, I did find that odd. Like, that didn't make any sense to me.
I'm gonna
'Cause my
tell you.
thought
I'm
then-
gonna tell you who I think it is. But if you're listening on YouTube, unfortunately, we're gonna insert an ad here, and I will tell you after the break. Okay, ad is inserted, so hopefully YouTube has gone to an ad. But I do want to talk to the results. People on YouTube already know this, so I'm going to share it on Discord. The results of the poll was 104 votes. 55% say he was talking to himself. 34% said he was talking to an unknown, but another Phantom. And 9% said John Doe. And hopefully you guys are back from the ad. And thank you so much for watching the ad. You know, that pays the bills around here. But I personally believe it was John Doe. Because there were 3 dots, guys. We're all forgetting there were 3 dots. There is a theory out there that you didn't see the absolates on Matt, and that the absolate Ben could have escaped and put the absolate, or Matt could have put the absolate in the prison, so it made it look like that Ben was still there. That's a theory, but honestly, I believe it was John Doe. Because the moment that this Phantom leaves, John Doe realizes he's been compromised. And John Doe, we cannot forget, if you go back and listen to the SOS chat video, Mattson, at the very end of that video, says time is ticking. And apparently that is a Nelson thing to say, because that's what sent our experiment survivor screaming Well, the only other person to have said that phrase in our story, other than Matt, is John Doe. And John Doe, it would explain why all the evidence is missing, why the cop car was just sitting there. It would also explain why there was writing inside the blank journal, and how John Doe knows that he's been compromised. Because he has been, because apparently, and if you listen to when Mattson is talking about John Doe, he says, kind of in a like, haha moment, like, oh, we're watching him very carefully. Like, to me, that's just a like, oh, it's because you're in him, huh? But, yeah, I don't like it. So I really, I don't like it. And just the fact that the only other person in this story to say time is ticking, because time doesn't tick, is John Doe. And he said it not once, but twice in one email. So, and then that would explain the corruption of D3B, because we gave the emulator to John Doe, thus giving the emulator to Cipher. But then when we shut down D3B by destroying the server, Nelson had to basically come closer to our team, because he wasn't no longer using D3B to misguide them. But I don't know.
You know, somebody on YouTube, Heather Sawyer on YouTube, brings up a good point, and it actually brings up a theory that I did have that I completely forgot.
Oh, Heather just noticed. She went back and saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Heather says, why does Ben put his head down like that? This is him referring to when Mattson went upstairs to check in the vault. He put it down like something in his mind shut off. And
it wasn't like that. It was more because listen to what they're saying. Listen to what they're saying. They're talking about him. They're talking about Ben and like, oh, he doesn't care. And it's just like, and they're scared. And the way that they're talking, the more like to me, it was guilt. Like he put his head down in guilt and shame, because we do know Ben can fight it, because he fought it. He fought it when we first had the face off between Matthias and him in the parking lot last season. So we do know Ben can fight it.
Yeah. And I think that's what it was. I think it was a moment of Ben trying to fight it. But then when he ended up going back into the hallway towards the end of the video, right before they got out of the hand ties, it looks like that was the point where like the control, like, Nelson got his grip back on him, but really looked like he was like trying to concentrate to get out of whatever control he was in.
And one of the key things that Nelson let slip during his threats to, because again, when a bad guy is talking, you should be listening, because he's gonna let things slip because he thinks he has the upper hand here. He let it slip that it takes immense energy and power to mind control somebody. And the way he flipped between Matthias and Ben, he just said that it takes immense power and control to just mind control one person. But the fact that he switched on and off like that has to have consequences, I guess. Like that demonstration of power has to be kind of a weakness. But
part of me was expecting or anticipating that like Ben would just like fight out it and just like lock Mattson in the vault. Like that's what I was hoping for.
What do you think?
I think that would have been also like hard, because if Nelson went and kind of, I say, looked through Ben's eyes, he could obviously tell that they're getting up there. So I feel like that would have been a bad idea on their part, on Woods, Bailey, and Sam's part. But like, I don't know. I don't know what the next step for them would be necessarily. Like, Matt is clearly being controlled, so I don't know what is going to stop that.
Matt in a cage. Matt in a cage. If you are not a fan of the Science Babes, check out their YouTube channel. Matt in a Cage is a meme that is going on over there. Basically, they want to put Matthias into a Faraday cage, and a Faraday cage will not allow any kind of signals to come to Matt. So basically, if you can trap Matt in a Faraday cage, and it's not hard to build, Woods.
Matt in a microwave. What?
No, Matt in a cage. If we can trap Matt into a Faraday cage, it would stop. He would be himself again. That's the theory. And it's a very good, that would make sense, because somehow there's a signal going on. Whether it's through the absolute, we'll understand how the signal is working once we have it shut off, if that makes sense. Like, let's shut off the signal first and then figure out where it comes from. So, let's move on to Bailey being threatened. There's a lot of theories out there. Let's do a poll. Now that I know how to do one. Why did Mattson threaten Bailey?
All right, guys, I got about 10 minutes before I gotta get out of the house. So, just wanted to let you guys know.
She represents subject 4.
I did want to take a minute. I'm kind of breaking the magic here, just to let you guys know I'm gonna be talking about the behind the scenes stuff. I want to compliment the entire team: Chanel, Matt, Bailey, Sam, Woods. That episode was awesome. The performances were awesome. The production, I loved it. Like I said at the beginning, this was probably my favorite episode of season 3, and it's bordering to be one of my favorite episodes of the entire show. It was really good. And I just wanted to compliment you guys. Matt, you did great. Chanel, amazing writing. Bailey, great acting. Sam, Woods, great. It was amazing.
Sorry.
Back to story.
Yeah, back to the story. I'm making this poll. If you are on Discord, if you want to hop over on YouTube, it's being posted very soon.
Yeah, and if you haven't joined the Discord yet, link in the description. Please join. We got things going on all the time. All the time we have things going on.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah.
Welcome to the family. And if the subject for a podcast Discord isn't really what you want to join, and you're just thinking of joining some, just casual Spellbound related server, then join the community server. Like we said at the beginning of the episode, this is the server that we built our platform on, built our fan base on. It is an amazing server with some great people. Mods are awesome. You got Spellbound content, you got Team Edge, you have older employees who don't work there necessarily anymore, but we still got, just if the subject for 863 isn't what you're looking for, then join the community server. And even if subject for podcast is what you're looking for, please go and join that server. It's amazing.
Poll is live right now. It is in the chat if you want to go ahead and answer that. Basically, the options are, the question is, why did Mattson threaten Bailey? Because she represents subject 4. Because she's the next host. because she's being host to someone else or because she's hiding something. So, what do you think, Eeyore? Why did Mattson threaten Bailey?
Oh, there's so many reasons.
What does your gut tell you? Because if I got anything from school, it was that your gut is always correct, right? That's what the teachers say now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me pull up that poll. I don't have it up. Oop. I misspelled project.
So, and again, if you have a differing theory, comment down below.
Okay.
I am watching chat, so yes. But could you put the poll in Discord chat? I can't right now. Sorry. Unfortunately, Discord doesn't do well. They you said that a bot does chat, but you're leaving soon, so it's just easier if you just hop over to YouTube really quick and answer in the poll. I mean, we're just talking. We're giving you guys a moment to do that. But what do you think, Matilda?
I personally think that Mattson is more talking to the community because he already is controlling Matthias, and Matthias is the CEO of Spellbound.
Mhm.
So it's clear that Matthias has, or that Nelson has the power and can control the CEO. So there's no real point to control other Spellbound employees.
So it's a power trip. A power play.
Basically saying, like, I can control you, not just Spellbound. I can control you.
Mm-hmm. So, well, what do you think, Nugs, before I get to me?
What do I think? I'm sorry, I was doing some moderation stuff. What was the question?
Why did Mattson threaten Bailey?
Oh, see, I don't know. I feel like it's definitely possible that there was a specific reason for it. You know, like you said, Bailey's the next host, or I kind of feel like it was just something to make them a little bit more scared of him.
Well, I'm not going to close the poll because this one didn't get as much time as the other one. It does have 57 votes. 39% of the listeners right now believe it's because she represents Subject 4. 21% believes she's the next host. 16% believes she's a host to someone else. And 24% believe she's hiding something. And over on the Science Babes live stream yesterday, there was a theory that's being passed around that she is actually hosting Deb.
That's a big one.
That she got too close to the serum bomb, so she got hit with the serum but doesn't have the antidote, so thus making her an open shell to Deb. And so it's basically we have two chess pieces on this board, and Bailey is Deb and Matt is Cyphus. The only hole in that theory is Matt got a clear injection after he was hit with serum. And Matt was having side effects, and Bailey hasn't demonstrated any side effects. And as far as we know, she was never injected with clear serum. Another theory that's being passed around Reddit is that she was actually the one that got, this is a shaky theory, but there is a theory out there that Bailey was the one that got Ben out of prison. and knew that he was out of prison, because the way that Mattson says, well, you already know how he got out. But I think he said that line in the in the general state of like, I own the prison, so you guys know how he got out.
All right, guys, I do gotta head out.
See ya,
So
Nugs.
I will see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your podcast.
Bye,
Yep.
Nugs.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I do believe that it was probably a direct threat to Subject 4, because she's kind of our face. Like, even I have said it on the podcast, I have officially adopted her as Subject 4. She is not a stranger to this podcast. She comes in and out all the time. You know, she is a huge fan. Gets into the theories, voices our theories on the show. She's very us in the show. She's our face. And I can see where that, like, I'm agreeing with you, Matilda, that it's a threat to the most powerful subject out there, which is Subject 4. But another thing I want to add to that is that he's threatening her to be the next host. Not because she represents Subject 4, but because she's the only other person in our team that hasn't had the antidote. So she's fair game. All he has to do is trap her and then inject her. And because she doesn't have the antidote in her, she's the most vulnerable out of everyone else in the group. So, and because of that, I think it is a power play. So, but what do you guys think on that? Matilda?
Yeah,
honestly, like, I think it's a combination of everything except for her being a host to someone else. That would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because if our team can figure out how to do that and actually get Deb on the board, that would be interesting and that would be cool. But does the person, the controller, like, Nelson's dead, apparently. So does that mean that Deb has to be dead to do that? To do the same thing that Nelson's doing? But maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
it was a fair point though that Bailey's the only one that hasn't had the antidote.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she's fair game. Another. So okay, I'm going through my. When do you think the moment in the very beginning of our episode, and chat, leave your comments down below or in the Discord, when do you think the moment was when Matthias changed?
I want to say it was when he had asked Sam to go check on Bailey.
To go check on Bailey?
Yeah, when Bailey went to go check on Woods.
Because the way he said her name.
Yeah.
Can somebody in chat or one of the mods go back and look at that scene when he asked Woods? Did he say Woods go get the thing, or did he call him Woodland?
I'm at the spot right now.
Yeah, can you check and see if he says Woods or Woodland? And does he
Woods.
say it weird?
It says I'm going to unmute. Oh. Right when I get to the spot, there's an ad.
Grace
God.
says he says Woods.
Deeps Woods start.
He says a
Yeah,
cold.
he says Woods.
He says a cold woods. That's what Inky says. Cautious,
Yes,
even. Tentative. Because he had to have been Mattson at that moment, because he knew that the trap was being laid for him. Because otherwise, Matthias would have been like, hey, let's go check it. And they could have just taken the entire team to blue base.
Mhm.
And that's usually where they start these episodes, is in blue base. It's very weird and odd that we start in red base. Like, why are we in red base? So, I think because his demeanor doesn't change until he starts going through the hard drives and saying the
Yeah.
names. And maybe
That's kind of also where I heard it too.
yeah, maybe when he says absolute, maybe that was the
Hasn't he
trigger
been
word.
Hasn't he been saying absolute though instead of absolute?
Yeah, but one of the hard drives is called the absolute, and B27 called himself the absolute, and there's a hard drive on the server called the absolute, and I'm all like, wait, what's on that one? Like, who cares about the Spire? I want to go to the absolute. Like, what does that one say? I'm so sick and tired of the Spire because I'm all like, I don't get it. Now we know it's a brainwash thing.
Hey Artemis,
Huh?
I'm giving you a fair warning. I might have to
That's
leave
fine.
in a minute or so for dinner.
That's fine.
but I'll be back afterwards.
We're gonna be opening it to the audience very soon. But when do
Perfect
you
timing.
think he changed, Matilda?
So, because I only watched it once so far, but
Mhm.
I think that like he looks through the notebook and then like starts to put it in his back pocket, and that's like when he gives like the weird vibes. It's like something's not okay here. But going back to what you said, like if it wasn't Matt's son at the beginning, he wouldn't have just sent Woods to go check it out. They'd all be checking it out.
Yeah,
And all
Yeah.
the videos usually start in blue base anyway, so that was a very good point of
he
why is it in red
also
base.
Mattson also mentions that he needed our team to figure out what the portable RSD thing did, and he's like, and thank you for this, you know. So maybe Mattson was just waiting for them to figure it out, and then he made an appearance. But before ER has to go, let's talk about the Cipher. What do you think that is? I mean, that's our task, isn't it? To figure out what the Cipher is, right? Yeah. What are your guys' theories on that? Any theories?
I genuinely don't know.
I've been trying to look for a binary code because that's the only thing that makes sense. The X's are spaces. So you got 1 zeros, so 111000X, which is a space, and 1100, you know. But I've been through the evidence. I have not seen any binary. I even last night was like picking Squatter's brain about Syntec.net and seeing if there was any binary codes on there. And no, there isn't. And it's down because of the server.
There's only been one case of binary that I know of.
And it was the directions, wasn't it?
That was the very beginning of 2021 when they got the new red base unit. The lock key making kit. And then they reveal that there's the QR codes, and that translates to binary.
I remember that, yeah.
And the binary translated was words that said like directions, like left, right, straight, up, down.
That's what led them to the safe of keys upstairs.
The only thing I can think of. So my brain is firing on all cylinders right now. The only thing I can think of was there was a post on Reddit a long time ago about key making, and that each key has a digit to it. and it's like a 1 or a 0, and I can't for the life of me remember. Somebody came on the podcast and was talking about that. And I can't for the life of me I can't find that anywhere on Reddit. So if anyone knows the ins and outs on key making, please help. But I mean, it's either because the only the only binary codes that we have are the ones that led us to the keys, like you said, Matilda. So are we supposed to be looking at the keys? I don't know. It's weird. I hate it.
I mean, we could, but I don't know how much info that would give.
Not much.
Yeah.
And Cipher even said it's in a document somewhere. He didn't say keys, but again, he doesn't know what he's looking for either. I don't know, but the biggest theory that subject 4, there's one word that subject 4 has been saying time and time again. If you're Matthias or if you're Nelson, if you can just like jump over to Markiplier's video really quick while I say this, so you guys don't hear this. The only word that subject 4 has been coming up with is the word peppermint, because it was mentioned by Wes in the project form changes.
Yes.
The bowl of peppermints. So were there no peppermints? I gotta know. Were there actually peppermints going on his desk? And
I don't think we ever saw any, did we?
no.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
I don't ever remember seeing any.
Victoria subject 4 posted 114-38598-59B, and they believe that is the safe code, but to me, I don't really want to concentrate on that because, again, the safe's already been open. Or maybe our team needs to go back and put in that code and see if there's anything else in the safe, because again, Matt was the one that went in. Maybe he left something behind. I don't know. But yeah, there is that theory, and it first popped up over on the Science Babes that 1143859B was a hard drive on the server. If you go back and Matt is in the back and he's looking through the hard drives, and he only brings one out, but he names that one. And a lot of people believe that was probably the safe code, because there was an A and B option on the safe. So
Right.
And if it's because it was like 6 digits or something like that. So, but we're going to go ahead and open this up to the audience. So if you would like to participate and get your voice heard, like actually heard on the podcast that Spellbound themselves listens to, go ahead and raise your hand. If you are shy or you don't have a good working mic, or you're, you're driving or something like that. If you're driving, you should not be typing anyways, but you can comment down below. We'll be reading comments. Eeyore, if you have to go, you can go ahead. Ink Knight, can you hop up on stage? And moderators, if you have any theories, hop up here, give us your theories. Is Ink Knight still here? I don't know if
Also, yeah,
there's
Eeyore
Inky.
just left.
Okay. Bye, Eeyore.
Bye, Eeyore. I hate to disappoint you, but we have been born an hour ago, 19 years ago.
Oh.
It's no longer. It's past midnight.
It's
You're
not
too
here,
late.
so happy birthday.
Thanks. Thank you.
I have to wrangle in my German Shepherd because the cat is up in the window.
Gosh.
Hi, Hannah. Do you have a theory?
I have a question.
Oh,
And it's
no.
been bugging me the
Okay.
whole time.
Okay.
So he talks about needing a code to make it work. But where does the code go? There's no buttons to input anything. There's literally just a turn dial.
The hard drive. You connect your computer to the hard drive, and you have to There has to be a code to, well, okay. There has to be a code to initiate the Spire project. That's what he said. He didn't say, so either he has to connect the hard drive, the SATA port to a computer and actually put in a code to make it start working, or he's going to use the device to find the Spire, and he needs the code to turn on the Spire when he gets there. Does that make
But didn't
sense?
he say the Spire's already on?
He said
Yes, it did.
He said it wasn't active. It's on, but not active. Whatever that means.
Oh, I thought he said that it was active. Like, word for word. That's what I thought he said.
Let me go back and get word for. Let me go. Let me go.
I'm already on it.
While we're
Yeah, he says
Uh,
you see the Spire is active. It's
yeah,
how I'm in control right now.
Then why does he need to turn it on?
maybe
I
it's like
know.
a
That's-
small, like the just
Hi,
a bare
Ether.
essential of it. Ether.
Hello, I return. I return. Uh-huh.
I
Hi, welcome
hear.
back.
Well, okay. So he says go to the part where he says he needs the code.
He says he needs the code to initiate the rest of the valley.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Maybe it's
okay.
like limited control.
To activate the
while
whole
we're-
valley.
I feel
Yeah.
okay. I feel like the Absolute has some qualities as to why he can be controlled to the point he is controlled.
But we do know. He said that. Okay. I need to pull up a transcript or something.
Mm.
Science.
I just got
babes.
here, okay?
I know. My head already hurts.
I do have a very like I at first I was like very weirded out about it, but if I started thinking more about it, and we can compare Matt and Ben to frogs. Have you ever heard of the boiling frog thing?
Yeah. It doesn't work,
It's
by the
this-
way.
Yeah, it probably doesn't work, but the metaphor is probably the same. Because, like, imagine, at first, Matt was like normal most of the time. Then there's one action that goes wrong, then two, then three, and by the end of it, we had just have Nelson absolutely in control, and we have no idea up to what point Matt is aware of it. He warmed up Matt to the concept of baby gaps, not knowing what a code is, accidentally being too aggressive and not being entirely sure why, but Matt immediately trying to go and pacify the behavior, which is what we saw with Woods leaving, for example. And now Matt's trapped inside his own body, stuck watching. You're welcome.
So one of the theories is that the writing on the wall is actually Matthias.
Yeah, just he if he knows, I'm assuming it's like a Sense8 scenario. If nobody's aware, it's a really good series. Unless you're a minor, please don't. But basically, all these people are sharing. I mean, like they're like a hive mind, and the premise is if one person out of the 8 has knowledge of something or knows how something works, for example, a hacker and an actor, the actor would automatically know how to hack because the information's in the hive mind. So if Matt knows the passwords to the cameras and Nelson has the knowledge on how to possibly alter the footage, all it would take was for Nelson to take over Matt during the night, doing the painting, doing the edit the footage, put it back in the cloud, and done. They got away with it.
I'm just looking through transcripts right now. Hold on.
That's a really good point, though. that Matthias could easily just delete the footage.
And replace it. Or even Nelson just give him a fake website with the replacements and he's not even aware of it, possibly.
Especially since we know how much Matthias loves Nest's website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the same way they lured them into the AR camera, they could have possibly lured them into how to easily access your Nest footage without using the original Nest website. Which is a security breach. Please, kids, do not mimic the behaviors of this man. Besides that,
Well, let's see. Does anyone in the audience have anything? Inky, can you pull somebody up?
yeah, let me see the list. 10 people with their hands raised. Let's see. I don't think we've had Dice up here before. Come on up. Hey, you're up here. Welcome to the stage.
Hello. They muted. Dice, hello.
Your mic's not working. We can't hear you yet.
Nope. We'll give you a couple minutes. Southern makes a good point in chat. Help me wants help because he knows. Look closer at your circle of friends. Do you fancy me mad? Matt turns into Cyphus when he's mad. You're not listening. You're not listening to Matt.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
But the fact that Matt, the problem that I have with that would mean that Nelson has been Mattson this entire season. We've never had Matt at all since he destroyed the server.
I don't think it has been to that point.
No, I think there's like memory gaps.
That and semi-sleepwalking. Like it could have been Matt like genuinely writing those, but him just being like in this very zoned out state that his brain does not process what he's doing. He just knows that he needs to do it, and then when he like re-looks at the thing, he's like, I don't recognize that. That was not me. What are you talking about?
Well, Dice, you can come back up if you get your mic working. Let's see if there's anyone else out there. Please make sure you have a working mic.
Yes, please. I think we haven't seen Tyson in a bit.
Tyson
Pika.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Hello, we can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. Although you guys are quiet for me. Hold on a minute. Let me check why that is. Because you guys are just all of a sudden got very quiet for me.
It usually happens like because you join and then Discord is like compensating to avoid feedback from your mic.
Yeah, so if you just go to the left side or click on our names individually, you can mess with our volumes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually do it on the list on the left side, and whoever seems quiet to you, you just adjust accordingly. So, do you have a question, a comment, or a theory?
I have a few things I'd like to say. First and foremost, I just want to comment on the fact I was in complete shock yesterday. Like, I literally was like panicking. I was like, oh my gosh, like. It was like, you ever had that feeling where you just like, you were like so happy to be right, but yet at the same time you were so mad and upset that you were right? You know what I mean?
It's like it's like the pink diamond thing all over again, if people know cartoons.
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
Again, it happened again.
Yeah, basically it happened again. Dang it. But yeah, I was just so mad and frustrated, and now I'm just like, what are we gonna do in that sense? But like, after taking some time to calm down and just I've been on a private server with some friends trying to like figure this all out and stuff, and we have a few ideas, few thoughts, and all that. Um, I do want to throw something out there that was interesting. While we were trying to like solve the cipher, I'm pulling a bit of a risk throwing this word out there. So, but it may lead to nothing, which is another reason why I'm throwing it, because maybe I may be sending us for a loop. But we were trying to plug in the words through. We had tried to unscramble some of the words from the cipher that Nelson had sent us, trying to figure out the word. And I plugged in some of the letters in a word unscrambler, and I got this 6-letter word that I thought may be relevant. It was Skybox, and the only reason I find that relevant is because of Project Pegasus, in a sense, a winged horse that could fly throughout the sky. And I just thought it seems like something that could lead somewhere, or maybe not. It's just a thought, but I thought I'd throw that out there
How
because
did you
it
get
just
Skybox?
kind of, yeah, it may lead nowhere or anything, but it was just when I plugged it in, because we were running it through a cipher, that was one of the 6-letter words with the letters that had stars underneath them from the journal. So I was like, maybe it's something to do with that. I'm not 100% sure, but I just thought maybe it had some relation to Project Pegasus, especially when one of our friends pointed out that Spire was somehow affiliated with that word. So I was like, I don't know, maybe possible, but I thought I'd throw that out there, just see if what you
Okay.
guys,
I'll have to
you
fiddle
know,
around. You said that comes with the X's?
the ones that have stars underneath them. That was I put the letters with the stars underneath them, and I ran them through a word unscrambler, and that was the only 6-letter word I got from it. So I was like, huh, interesting. So, but I do also want to say something about one of the theories you had mentioned, Artemis, because it really does bother me a bit. Is that's okay?
Uh-huh. What's that?
It's about your theory about John Doe in a sense. While I fully see your point, and the evidence does circumstance that, the thing that really knacks at me is that if John Doe has been this imposter this whole time, wouldn't Deb see this? That's the
Yeah.
main thing that hits me there. It's like, if this whole time John Doe was playing us, wouldn't Deb know? Like,
Well,
I feel like since this,
honestly, our team didn't know for the longest time either.
I
yeah,
I
but
I think it could be like another possibility that came up to us was like um John Doe is an ex Syntec employee or has worked
Well,
closely
she
with
said
Nelson.
old friend.
True, so he was close to Deb, Deb was close to Nelson. The link is there. And I don't know if I'm not the only one, and I know Toast is on the audience. Toast can confirm that this has happened. But in our growth with the friendship between us and the SB Council, we've gained their ticks and they've gained some of each other's ticks, all going back and forth between each other. For example, Toast got ticks from Emiko. I got some pastel behavior. Emiko got some pastel behavior. Like traits just hopping around. And that includes gestures, expressions. And I think that time is ticking is something John Doe might say because he inherited the quote unquote tick from Nelson from working closely with Nelson.
that's my thought process too. Is that it's not so much that he is so much in possession also or anything, or he's a phantom. It's just that he worked with Syntec for a while that it's just possible to rubbed off.
Well, the one thing that bothers me about the whole John Doe wanting the emulator really badly, and not even if you go back and you look at the chat logs that Matthias had on the Apple II with Deb about the emulator, like, why did you send it to us? Now he wants it. And she said, well, if he wants it, then you should trust him. And that always bothered me. Because it's like, wait, so if she wanted him to have the emulator, why not send it to him? And
Well,
yeah.
Didn't she say she had to send it to them in a prior episode so they could get the server up so John could go from there and help, and she could help him out with what he needed? Isn't that what she told them? Isn't that the reason why she sent the emulator? I mean, quote me if I'm wrong.
Well,
about that,
it
but I
was
could've
like
sworn-
basically like he was the only one with the technology to do it, and I was just like, have you seen NateDsz? But the chat log on the Apple II was really weird that she was just like, well, if he wants it, you should trust him all the way. I kind of got the sense from her that it was an order she gave. But
Well,
one of the things that bothers me about John Doe is if you go back and you go read the chat logs before the absolute date, Matthias gets on there and he's chatting to Deb and he says, we feel alone and we feel scared. And the way that Deb is talking to them is very full of emotion and empathy. The way that Nelson talks is lacking empathy. And the moment that John Doe got the emulator, D3B all of a sudden had no empathy and was giving half answers and was like beating her head against the wall to get anything from Deb. And that's what made us frustrated with her in the first place. And it was like almost like we were talking to Nelson. It was very computerized, very cold. But if you go back and read the chat logs, let me find it. Let me pull up the evidence here. If you go to the chat logs and you listen to the way she is talking to them before the absolute date, before they give the emulator up, it was a nice chat.
Yeah.
So
I get what you mean. I understand what you mean.
That and
Trust
the
me.
entire section of the answering machine extremely creeps me out.
Okay, here
It
is
makes me think of like Nelson left the answering machine, and then
Oh
once he
gosh.
realized that the phone rang, he came rushing
season
as soon as he
1.
could.
Season 1, episode 20 is what I'm talking about. Time to prepare for the worst case scenario. We have an Apple II chat with Deb, and I think it's the last Apple II chat that we have with her. Matthias,
Yeah.
Deb, are you still there? Deb, always. Matthias, we need help. We're tired of this and tired of being alone. Deb, this unit does not recognize that it is the day. This unit recognizes that it is the day before the absolute date of March 5th, isn't it? Matthias, yes, March 5th is tomorrow and we're scared. Deb, fear is normal in a situation like this, but you have to be more powerful. But you have more power than you think. Nelson fears you. He always has. I cannot help you through it, as we've passed such a point already. Everything from this point on is you. Matthias, what do you mean we've passed the point? Deb, I once believed that everything needed to be under my control. It was all I had left, and I fiercely defended it. But after meeting you three, I've learned that life itself cannot be so tightly reined in. I have to let the natural course of the action occur, lest I rob myself as well as you as the true outcome. That is what I'm doing now. I'm taking myself out of the equation and putting my faith in all you. Matthias, you barely know us. How can you trust us? Deb, I find that amusing. I know you more than you think, because that is true. Charting our own paths is a great responsibility, and I have seen what you do with that said responsibility. Matt, but we feel so lost. This is a world that we're still learning about, and yet it feels like we're in the center of it and everything is riding on us. Deb, have you looked over everything again? Every last piece of information you gathered? Matt, we've done that a dozen times already. It never really seems to help us. Deb, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Matt, fine, we'll go through it one more time, but all we can't, but that, but, sorry, but is that all we can pin our hope on this point? There has to be some more information you can give us. Deb, unfortunately, I cannot. Matt, because we're running out of time. Here's the key right here. Matt, because we're running out of time. Deb, time has always been on our side. Not time is ticking. Time is always on our side. And just the way she's writing, I'm not going to read the entire thing. Like, I almost read the entire thing, but the way she's writing is very more empathetic than what we got in season 2. So,
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you. It's just I just really would find it a little bizarre that the guy that we've been chatting with this whole time is the behind all this. I mean, honestly, there is enough evidence to support it. Don't get me wrong, Artemis, but like, there's just also enough evidence to say it's not.
Well, I don't have. That's one of the problems. The only concrete evidence I have, there are 2 things I have concrete about it: that there was a third dot, and as soon as this Phantom X leaves the building, we get an email from John Doe, like a couple minutes later, where he's like, I've been compromised, and he's deathly scared.
Excuse me.
What?
Don't break my brain already.
Well, so
slash J, you're chilling.
Well, so we have that. There is a third dot. He immediately after this, John Doe's scared. He's bugging out. He's like, I have to meet you. You have to promise to meet me. You like very scared. This was scared. And then the other concrete evidence that I have is that the time is ticking was mentioned twice by the same person in one email.
Well, that's where I kind of wanted to like make my idea about that. I think the whole reason that was a whole coincidence is because I feel like that was more of Nelson informing Matt that it was game over now and he was playing his end game, which is why John Doe panicked and wrote that email. It wasn't so much that it was just a coincidental time and like John Doe saying, hey, yeah, now that I'm out of the building, I can go ahead and just use my disguise. It was more of, crap, they're moving in, I gotta get the heck out before I get caught by them. And that's more of my line. It's more of him just giving the signal, move in, get him, like a SWAT team or something.
And time will tell. That's the only thing that I can say is that we'll find out in the end. And hopefully I am wrong. That way we're not getting any clues to anyone out there. But thank you so much for that. We're going to have to go to one more person. That way we can get at least to one more person before we have to go.
I completely understand. Well, thank you both
thank you,
for
Tyson.
having me. Thank you both for having me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Dice said they have their headset fixed.
Okay.
Let me see if I can. Where did he go? I love how people I just stop being able to process names sometimes.
Dice.
Hold on. There we go. Invite to speak.
Hello, Dice.
Hey.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear you. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So I've got 3 things I'd like to run through. The first couple things will be fairly quick, but I also have a theory that my wife came up with as I was sitting here zoning out. So the keys, I hadn't thought about them in a while, but the keys in the wall, there was like, something like 20 of them that are still unaccounted for.
Mm-hmm.
So I was sitting there thinking maybe that has something to do with the passive or surviving victims. The passive dots of the surviving victims, maybe like that's keys to addresses kind of thing, because they look like house keys.
Ew! Sorry.
And like, I mean, we know what happened to Woods' family member friend. So.
And you know what? She left us what? She left us a key.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh! So those are
maybe
like,
the team can compare that to the ones they have.
or they're like loose ends that Syntec tied up and murdered. Oh, sorry. I hate that. I love that,
Right,
but
and-
I hate that. Okay, let me pull up a picture of the keys.
Okay, and another quicker thing. Oh crap, I forgot. The theory that my wife thought of though was that the moment that Matt sort of switched over was relatively close to the time that he went into the vent in the wall and knew the code, and then quote unquote forgot it. Maybe it was like a blip in and out.
Yeah, because he said Cyphus. Yeah, let's do that. And it was all like, shut up. Like, no. That was, and it was the Madsen talk. And ugh. So okay, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had the keys in front of me. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
And I mean, I don't know how many dots there were on the passive, but it was definitely a handful.
So we have 18 keys that don't have tags on them. They do have numbers, like stickers, but they don't have tags on them. So maybe we have 18 loose ends. I hate that. I hate it so much. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. And they have colors too. We have red keys, red tags, yellow tags, green tags, blue tags, gray tags.
Maybe that was some kind of like level of involvement kind of thing.
It could be serum. We have red serum.
Oh.
We have yellow. We don't have green. We have blue. And we have clear. That could be the white. I don't like this, but sorry.
I mean, there is supposed to be a quite a bit of time left in the total development of the storyline. There's potential of being, 3 or 4 other serums we haven't even seen yet. So that could be.
Yeah. We also have like these 2 American keys. Huh. Wait, naturally
Wasn't
we have
one of those a copy for the Mountaineer?
No, it
Was
was
it the
John Doe sent us his American key in good faith to
Right,
show
right.
us that he has had a set of keys as well. So these aren't the only set of keys out there. We have multiple sets of the same keys.
Interesting.
So that would make sense. They could be house keys to either victims, or
Experiment survivors.
employees, like house keys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but thanks for that nightmare. I'm so glad that you got your headset working, Dice. Thank you for coming up here.
Thanks for having me. If I remember what the other thing is, I'll throw it up in chat.
Okay. All right. We'll look forward to it. And if you remember throughout the week, throw it in our we do have a theory room. The Theorist Theater. You can throw it up in there so people can talk about it and stuff. So
Okay, we'll do. Thanks.
all right. Thank you, Dice.
All right. Bye.
What do you guys think about that?
My
I
head
just
hurts.
noticed something
What?
looking at the evidence.
Oh no.
All of the keys have the exact same cut.
Yeah. And that's what I was trying to remember. I was trying to remember freaking Locksmith who was talking about how the cut actually has like names to it.
Well, theoretically, if one of them started the Mountaineer, wouldn't they all start the Mountaineer? If they're all the same.
No, only one started the Mountaineer, and it was the chonky one, like the actual one with the Mercedes emblem on it.
It wasn't chonky though. Also Mercury, not Mercedes.
Sorry, yeah, Mercury.
The Mountaineer one wasn't a chonky key though.
Ooh, I thought it was.
I don't think so, because I thought it was a house key, and then they just casually put it in a car, and I was like, okay.
That's weird.
Let me find it again. On the hunt.
That's weird,
The
actually.
heck is the video?
I don't like the fact of putting these to like house keys. That makes my head hurt, and that makes me sad.
Okay, found a key that goes to the car.
I like how many shots we have of the Mountaineer in evidence. Like, we have so
okay,
many
find the key.
shots.
Show us a close-up of the key. Do they ever actually show the key? I want to see the key.
Okay, so I have the list here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 red keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 yellow keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 green keys. 7 blue keys. 3 white keys. 3 black keys. And then we've got 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not a chunky key. I found a picture of it.
10, 11.
It's just like all the rest of them.
15, 16.
The only reason it caught their attention was because it had the word Mountaineer on it.
We have 18 keys with no tags. So that could be 18 loose ends, like Dice was saying, and that each key represents an employee.
Oh god, that's terrifying.
Yeah. Okay, the Mountaineer key. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. Is the Mountaineer key on here?
The Mountaineer key is not in evidence.
Is it anywhere in the evidence? Is it under the Mountaineer?
When you we have key by design, plain brass keys.
Oh, I'm trying to find
We've
a picture
got a
of the key they used to start it.
California key, silver keys, American flag keys, Star Wars key, a space key, and a psychedelic keys.
Psychedelic. That's pretty.
Let's find.
We have keys that are handwritten, keys that are typed, keys that are half and half. Dang, Chanel. Like, dang.
Chanel
That's
is
a
on
lot of
top of
keys.
everything.
Just the fact that
That's-
we have keys that represent every single serum out there except for green. We've got a red serum, we got a yellow serum, we got a blue serum, we've got a white serum, and we got a black serum.
No overkill.
So are
let's
we
go.
are we gonna have an overkill serum?
No.
You take it and you
could-
go Hulk. You buy all the
Yeah,
dope
let's
or
go.
nope overkill products. That's what that
Yeah.
serum does.
Yeah, it's like that Amazon button for when you start running out of a very specific thing. Like buttons for Thai, and you just like press whenever you're running out of detergent, and it automatically orders another Tide thing for you. It's like that, but with all of the merch.
Green is just for their brand. Well, I mean, that can't be a coincidence, can it?
Nothing's a coincidence.
That cannot be a coincidence that we have a red, a yellow, blue, white, black. We're just missing green. Oh well, overkill smash, yes, Matilda. But we're gonna have to end this podcast here. But it's insane. Like, there's so much theory on the right, Bailey. There's just so much to go through, so much data to analyze. Oh yeah, I did want to read that over on YouTube. Moon K, I guess, said that on We Are Subject 4 last night, Soroxa, one of the official mods, said that he started acting weird the moment he got back from being injected. He even asked Deb, what does she know about Nelson's plan? Like, that's a little interesting that he made that observation. And
so very suspicious.
My theory is that Matt started to be mind controlled after being released from the police after being injected by unknown substance is the documents we found in the hotel about the serum and mind control, saying the inhaled serum needed a injectable part. At the hospital, he kept saying he was fine, but then when they were searching for an antidote for him, he did say he started to feel bad. Then all of a sudden, after coming back from the police in the absolute, he said he felt normal and good.
So like a part A and a part B kind of thing.
Yeah. Southern says, I said this for the science babes and I'll say it here and see reactions. Theory, Nelson said, right, Bailey? Because Bailey is being controlled by Deb. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. And the only issue that we have with that is that we haven't seen Bailey, A, show symptoms, and B, never seen her get an injection. So yeah, so the only thing I have with Bailey being a host for Deb is that we haven't seen those two things. Because when Matt got hit with the serum bomb, I mean, he passed out, hit his head. They had to drag him, take him to the hospital. Bailey never had that. She never had that effect.
Everyone that says that Bailey trying to convince Matt to to not destroy the server and then to take the absolute, that's how Bailey is.
And that's how Subject 4 was. Come on, when we all saw him with a bat running to it, we're like, hello, like, don't we get a say? Like, the entire Subject 4. Like, that's why I adopted Bailey. Yeah, that's why I adopted Bailey as Subject 4 at that moment. Like, actually, even before that moment, she was just voicing everything we were thinking. She goes through her theories. She's not a stranger to this podcast at all. So it's Bailey is Subject 4.
Bailey is being controlled by some bad guy. I think I might cry.
No, not our Bailey. Like, it's almost to the point where it's all like, yeah, I get Woods. Like, if Woods dies, we riot. Okay. But if Bailey, you lay a finger on Bailey. Not if Woods dies. If Bailey gets a broken nail, I'll riot. Like, no. So no. But I want to thank everyone who came out today. If you joined and you had no idea that there was this podcast, hi, we're here. And we're chaotic. And Inky, when are you going to stream? Are you streaming right after this? Inky.
Oh, you guys made me ink.
You made me ink. Garrett is streaming tonight because he got bit by the Elden Ring bug. but I haven't seen him defeat no dragon. Once he gets to the dragons, I'll watch. No, just kidding. I always watch him. Who am I kidding? He's also affiliated on Twitch. So you can go over there, become a member. You can become a Lionheart member and join them on Twitch.
I might get the link. Give me a second.
Yes. I don't have Notion up right now.
There we go.
Yes. Click that link in the Discord. It is twitch.tv/SQUALL234 / go join the Lionheart community. When will Subject 4 Plays stream again? Who knows?
When
Honestly,
we all decide to play together again.
we're all in a fight. We don't know what games to play. Like, honestly, like the only game, there are 2 games that I've been like craving. I've been craving more Among Us, and I have been craving Gary's Mod, even though I don't have it. But
like $4. Just go buy it.
I have some good news for the podcast people who have been around since birth of this podcast. I'm getting a new computer, guys. I finally did it.
Gosh.
I saved the monies. So I'll be able to stream better. Hopefully.
Upgrades, people, upgrades.
Yes. I won't be streaming from a laptop. Well, I will be taking you guys on the road in May. So, ooh, that would be a fun thing.
Road trip podcast.
Yeah, and I can show you guys around Comic-Con. How's that? I'll live stream Comic-Con. I'll have Comic-Con behind me.
That sounds illegal.
No, it doesn't. Does it? No, because people IRL stream all the time. So I don't think so. Where are we going?
Cat is trying to eat my mic.
We're going to Phoenix Comic-Con in May. Well, at least I am, and so that means Subject 4 has to go with me. So, but yes, poker night. I'll have to see if I can get the guys. The girls aren't really into it. Unless they cause chaos. Who was it that kept causing chaos that one day?
Everyone, all the time.
Zoe.
That's what this podcast is.
Zoe just kept, like, she didn't know how to bluff. She just kept going all in. And then winning! Oh, Ian Southern. We're not playing with you, Southern. Till you change your name. Artemis has kinks. What are you showing our new people?
I lost the Artemis likes hands picture. I don't know where it went.
Oh, thank God.
Find it anywhere.
Thank God. Well,
no, I need it.
Thank you guys once again for tuning into this chaos of a podcast. We should do an After Dark soon.
I should ask Brett if he has it. Hey, Brett.
No.
Do you have the picture? No. I need the picture.
No. Anyways.
Of the I like hands. The one of her holding the notebook.
Oh, that one. I should have never
I don't have it anymore.
I should have never posed for that stupid picture. Anyways, if you like what we're doing here, please just, consider subscribing. Head over to the community Discord. Sorry, my dog is deciding that he wants to flip my
link.
There's
the
plate.
Discord in the chat.
Yes, thank you once again, Matilda and Eeyore, for joining me today, and Nugs. I know that we went a little bit long, so they had to go, but thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you everyone who is considering becoming a member and joining us on our Minecraft server. Thank you everyone who gave out super chats. I did see them. I was looking over there though. But thank you guys for, oh my gosh, there it is. Are you happy now, Hannah?
Yes, I am.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you, Matilda. And check out the community server. Check out s4podcast.com for all your Subject 4 merch needs. Also, our Crouching Bison posters. Go ahead, show some love for the Crouching Bison. And I really hate this hand gif. Sorry, I need to minimize my audience. They're being ridiculous right now. But thank you. I do not believe there is an episode on Friday, but if there is an episode on Friday, we will be here on Saturday. If there is no episode on Friday, we'll do a Subject 4 plays. And we'll decide what we should play. There's also some talks about Instagram controls my life very soon. So if you did not know, now you do know. We do have an Instagram. And
Find the link.
you open up Notion again.
The Instagram isn't on there.
It isn't?
No, it's not.
Good, because I'm already seeing bread and hold on, I can pull it up.
Oh my gosh, I have to find it. No. Race Against Time.
Let's see if I can do it.
I found it.
Oh, okay. So join our Instagram. We'll probably be doing a subject 4 controls my life. And maybe you'll get a video face reveal of Artie on that because I'll probably film it on my phone. So, so be on the lookout on Instagram. We also have TikTok. Is TikTok up there?
No, the TikTok is not there.
So we also do have TikTok. Maybe we will do stuff with that. But I do know for a fact things are coming to the Instagram. So go ahead and follow us over there for some shenanigans. Follow the Science Babes. A lot of the research that we get is from them and their hard work and all their abilities to code things, to make things easier, their timelines, all the excruciating, painful work. They also have their own Discord, so join them over there. They stream after the episodes, usually in that evening. Join 863 Systems. They stream right before, the day before the new episode to kind of refresh your memory of where we're going from this episode to the next. So join them. They should be streaming later on tonight for Jackbox. So if you want to catch me and the crew playing Jackbox, we will be on there. We also have, I believe Siraxa is going to stream tonight. Maybe he's playing Universe Sims. Maybe he's going to mow some grass. Maybe he's going to power wash something. We never know what he's going to play. But we also have Garrett, who will be streaming Elden Rings. So if you are a fan of Elden Rings, he will be streaming that. And if Garrett sounds familiar, yes, he was an editor for Project 863. So please give him your love. Tell him Subject 4 sent you. And I hope you guys have a very good night. We will catch you. If we don't see you on Saturday, we will catch you around the same time next week, next Wednesday, for the latest installment of 863. And we'll catch you guys later. Bye!